The neon signs of Station Kepler 442 flickered in languages Ferret had learned to ignore. 3 years since the unification wars ended, and he still carried the weight of every battle in his shoulders. The prosthetic arm hidden beneath his jacket hummed softly, a reminder that humans didn't break easily. He checked his comm device again. 20 minutes late. The blind date his sister had arranged was officially a disaster. Another waste of time, he thought, finishing his synthy coffee. The station's central plaza buzzed with a dozen species conducting their evening routines. Vendors called out in translation static. Children, humanoid and otherwise, chased each other between market stalls. That's when he heard it. Crying. Not the angry kind or the attention-seeking kind. The bone-deep, soul-crushing kind that Ferret recognized from field hospitals and evacuation ships. He shouldn't get involved. Civilians had their own problems, and he'd retired from being everyone's hero. But his feet moved anyway, following the sound to a darkened alcove between two closed shops. A woman sat there, scaled arms wrapped around two small children. Her reptilian features were unmistakable. Draconian. One of the species that had fought hardest against humanity during the wars. Crimson scales caught the ambient light, and her wings, magnificent things that should have been spread in pride, were folded tight against her back in defeat. The children, no older than 5, in human years, pressed against her sides. Their smaller wings trembled. Ferret's first instinct was to walk away. Old prejudices died hard. But then one of the kids looked up at him with golden eyes full of fear and hope, and he was done for. "Ma'am?" His voice came out rougher than intended. "You okay?" The draconian woman's head snapped up, revealing violet eyes rimmed with tears. She clutched her children tighter, instinctively protective. "Stay away from us." He raised his hands, palms out. "Not here to cause trouble. Just, we don't need human charity." The words were venom, but her voice cracked halfway through. Ferret recognized that look. Pride fighting desperation. Fair enough. He started to turn away, then paused. "But if you change your mind, there's a soup kitchen 2 levels down. Run by Sister Kettle, she's good people. Asks no questions. Wait." The word stopped him. The woman's expression shifted, walls crumbling. Maya. My name is Maya. Ferret." He nodded once. "These are my children. Rin and Sira." She touched each small head gently. "Their father. He left when the war ended. Said he couldn't bear to look at half-breeds anymore." The words hit Ferret like shrapnel. Half-breeds. The kids had to be human draconian hybrids, rare, stigmatized by both species. No wonder she was hiding in shadows. "We had a place," Maya continued, words tumbling out now. "Small quarters in the residential sector. But the landlord discovered what they are. Evicted us this morning. Everything we owned." She gestured helplessly at 2 small bags beside her. Rin, the boy, tugged his mother's arm. "Mama hungry," he whispered in broken standard. Something in Farit's chest twisted. He'd seen refugee camps, displaced families, war orphans. He'd thought himself numb to it. Apparently not. "The soup kitchen," he said firmly. "Now, kids need to eat. I told you, we don't. Not charity. Call it human stubbornness." Maya stared at him for a long moment. Ferret could see her mind working, weighing options, calculating risks. Finally, she nodded. Getting to the kitchen took longer than expected. Maya moved stiffly. Wings cramped from hours in the alcove. The children held her hands, casting fearful glances at every passerby. Ferret noticed the looks they received: disgust, curiosity, hostility. He positioned himself between them and the crowds, his frame blocking most of the stairs. Old infantry habits died hard. Sister Ketal, a massive Thorgon with 6 arms and a heart twice as big, welcomed them without question. Within minutes, Rin and Sira had bowls of stew and actual smiles on their faces. Maya ate more slowly, dignity fighting with hunger. Ferret sat across from them, nursing another coffee he didn't need. "You're that human," Maya said suddenly. "Sergeant Ferret Kazan, the one who held the pass at Drexel 9. He stiffened. "That was a long time ago. You saved 2,000 draconian civilians. Our media called you the honorless human because you showed honor when our own warriors fled. Media got it wrong. I was just doing my job. 300 soldiers against 10,000 Jilthar raiders." Her voice softened. "For people you owed nothing to. People who'd been your enemies weeks before." Ferret shrugged, uncomfortable. "Somebody had to." Sarah, the little girl, suddenly climbed from her seat and approached him. Before he could react, she wrapped small arms around his human hand. Not the prosthetic, as if she somehow knew. "Thank you for dinner, Mr. Human," she said solemnly. The lump in Ferret's throat made speaking impossible. He just nodded. Maya watched the exchange, something shifting in her expression. "I was supposed to meet someone tonight. A blind date. My friend insisted I needed to move on, start over." She laughed bitterly. "I was so nervous about meeting a stranger that I couldn't go through with it. Spent an hour in that alcove working up courage. Then just broke down." Farid's comm device chose that moment to buzz. His sister's message. "Where are you?" Maya says she's still waiting. The universe, Ferret decided, had a twisted sense of humor. "What was his name?" he asked carefully. "This blind date? Does it matter? I never showed up. He's probably gone by now. Humor me. Ferret something." "Ferret Kazan. I think." He pulled out his comm device, showed her his sister's message, watched understanding dawn in those violet eyes. "Oh," Maya whispered. "Oh no. Oh yes." Despite everything, Ferret smiled. "So, hell of a first date, huh?" For the first time since he'd found her, Maya laughed. It was small, broken around the edges, but real. "The worst," she agreed. Rin looked between them, confused. "No, sweetie, that's not." Maya's scales flushed darker with embarrassment. "Not yet, anyway," Ferret heard himself say. 3 sets of eyes snapped to him. "But maybe we could start with figuring out where you 3 are sleeping tonight, and tomorrow we find you a place that doesn't discriminate against kids just trying to exist." "Why?" Maya's voice cracked. "Why would you help us? After everything our people did to yours?" Ferret looked at Sira, still holding his hand, and Rin, watching him with hopeful golden eyes. He thought about the pass at Drexel 9, about all the battles that meant nothing if he couldn't choose compassion now. "Because," he said simply, "that's what humans do. We show up, even when nobody asks. Don't for. The way don't to money. With meat into station 7 skewed. With meat into 7 dard. Incenster to way don't to money. Especially then."